Hi everyone, I welcome you to a new podcast with me, your host Girish. And in today's podcast, we're going to talk about how to handle isolation. And I think it's something very important to discuss right now, given that most of the countries in the world they are in isolation because of the COVID-19. So the more we talk about it, the more we can give guidance about it. I think it's very essential to all of us, even for me talking to you and for you listening and passing on to other people. So that's why I decided to do a podcast on how to handle isolation. And the first point I will try to drive home is something I've got from people who've actually stayed in isolation. So I'm going to take the first tip from astronauts who actually spent more than 300 days in outer space. So that's a tip that was given by Scott Kelly and Peggy Whitson, because they spent around 365 days in space. And for them, the most important skill that they say people needed to have when they live in isolation is actually communication skills. And actually astronauts, before they set to space, they actually undergo a lot of training, and one of the core skills they develop is communication, communicating with others, how to not lose your mind under pressure, how to stay calm, how to communicate in a neutral way, and how to work as a team. So that's something very important. And even for us staying home with our families and trying to manage work, the kids, and our personal lives at the same time, it becomes very important to talk about communication. So, in isolation, we need to communicate efficiently because we're dealing with the pressure from work, and we don't easily, let's say, have the colleagues to discuss problems at work, even if we have the internet and we try to communicate through emails and through chat. It's not the same. So it becomes very vital to manage the work stress and have some time with the family as well, because we need to try to not put them out of the picture, because we can easily be in a situation where we try to do more work because we're at home and we're trying to catch up on work, but at the same time we are not spending enough time with the family, not spending enough time with the kids. So it becomes very important to manage your time well. Alright? And at the same time, it's crucial for us to understand that maybe there's a bigger purpose to all of these things happening to us. We can look at it from a negative perspective and look at all the bad things which are happening, people dying, people falling sick, the economy crashing. But at the same time, we can look at it as a new opportunity, as a new chance. A new chance for what? A new chance to reinvent ourselves, a new chance to build new skills, a new chance to get closer to our family members because they are all living with us very closely through hard times. Because let's not forget that hard times actually help to reinforce relationships, and actually struggle is important for us as human beings because it helps us to get out of our comfort zone. It helps us to create new skills. It stretches us so that we learn new things, so that we reinvent ourselves. So maybe all they could recreate ourselves, so that we could recreate a new us, so that we could work together as human beings again, collaborate, have more compassion, be more lovable to each other. Maybe it's a chance to look at what we've been doing to Mother Earth. Maybe that's why all that is happening now. Because let's not forget, the ozone layer has been healing itself, has been recreating itself since the lockdown, because we've been destroying it for so many years. And if you're getting bored, look at the things you would like to do. Think about the things you always wish you wanted to do if you had more time. Read, write, do some arts. What are the things you always wanted to do? Right now is the time to do those things. Okay? And in the middle of all those things, all those philosophical talks, which we've just gone through, let's not forget to have consistent bedtime. Let's not forget to take care of ourselves. Okay? Pace yourself, but don't get swallowed by the work. Have time once again for your family, for your partner. Have some time to get some fresh air. Go out there in the garden and do some gardening. Plant some flowers, pluck some flowers, plant some vegetables if that's your thing. But you're actually being given the time now to do all those things. So get some fresh air. Spending time in nature actually helps to maintain balance. It helps to be grounded. So right now is the time to do those things. Go out there and do them. If you're still thinking about things you can do, instead of being overwhelmed by data, and instead of checking the updates every few seconds, do something constructive. Read. Learn how to play an instrument. Start writing in your journal. Write about your experiences. You never know, it may become a book you would like to publish afterwards about your experiences. It could be something you'll tell your kids when they grow up. It could be something you'll show to people in some years when all these things have calmed down. Maybe you'll have a wonderful story to share. So my friends, right now is the time. It's the time to connect to yourself, to connect to people. Even if you're in isolation, you can still communicate with your loved ones through technology. Right now is the time to reinvent yourself, to reinforce relationship with your close ones. You now have enough time to spend with your family, quality time, to look at yourself, to look at your own life, where you are right now. Have you been accomplishing the things you wanted to accomplish? What are the things you want to do when all these things calm down? So it's the right time to actually sit down and write down a plan about what you would like to accomplish when all these things are over. So you can look at this whole thing as an opportunity to evaluate your life and actually look where you're going. Look at where you are in terms of your family, in terms of personal health, in terms of your work. Check what are the things that are not working out and try to have an action plan. What are the things you could do to make these things work? And when everything calms down, you've got a solid action plan to execute. So my friend, it's not all dull and not all negative. Seize the opportunity as it comes. The obstacle is the path. Okay, famous Zen proverb, which I live by every day. The obstacle is the path. Embrace it. Go through it. Let it break you, but it will help you to recreate yourself at the same time. So my friend, I hope that you found this talk interesting. I'll see you very soon. Lots of love. Girish. Bye-bye.